right. Good evening, everyone. This is Kyle Martin with the Louisiana Perch. Just another update video. Definitely got some things done since the last time I did a video. This video will probably be a little bit longer, just because I'm going to go a little bit more in depth, because we're definitely very, very, very close to start accepting birds. It's been very rainy, very wet. So as you guys maybe you know, this land right here used to be unusable, if you will, and I brought in a lot of dirt to raise this up, and you can kind of see back over there where it still stays a little bit wet, and over here it's pretty solid now. Right there it's holding a little bit of water, but I just have to smooth that out with some dirt. I got a big pile right there I'm going to smooth it out with. But let me walk you through. I'm going to walk you guys through the loft underneath and kind of show you what I've been working on. Excuse me. So we have all of our all the feed troughs right here. I just sprayed them out, disinfected them, get them ready for the season here. I've already done that once this year, but I figured I might as well do it again before I actually bring them into the loft. So we got the aviaries. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can get a little closer. I put the wire mesh on, so those are now enclosed from the outside. And I want to show y'all, so most guys do what they, a net system. I'm doing something a little bit different. Let me get a little closer here. It's ultimately going to be the same thing. So right here, I just framed out some walls. So you can see here, from here to there, that's one wall. It's a 10-foot wall. And then from here to there, it's another 10-foot wall. Ultimately, I have 5 of those. I'm gonna put the hardware mesh on those, and when I'm done settling the birds, I'm just gonna take those off. They're just up with 2 screws on each side, and I'll be able to pull them off real easy, and I'll store them under the loft, and I'll be able to put them up every year. So instead of doing a net, that's the plan. I'll set through here on the center one. I put a door. Just built a quick framed out door, and I'll be able to step in there. So the same situation like guys have with a net system. It'll be just completely enclosed across, and when it's time to start letting the birds out to fly, those walls will come down, and the birds they'll have access. So on these aviaries, so I got the outskirts wired in, but I did not do the insides, if you will. I'm gonna put doors, sliding doors right here, and that's what these are. Those are the mounts to be able to put those sliding doors on. So once I get those installed, I'll put the mesh up. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, I don't think so. I did install doors here to be able to get out into the aviaries, and those are just on a slide system as well. So again, I say it every time, but disregard the mess. So this door right here is going to be the chute system. And then all the way down, I have all the mesh installed. And forgive me guys, I can't remember exactly what I had done in the last video, but all of the wire mesh is installed. All of the doors are installed. So we got here. Perches are up. I actually numbered every door, because I'm a big systems guy, and I like to have everything kind of organized as I implement the birds and just knowing which room they're in. I got a stopper right here. I did have all of the electricity installed, so you guys can see the lights. And the aviaries outside, those are not on right now. All of those lights are installed as well. And then there's floodlights on the outside as well. I ran PEX piping throughout the entire loft. So I have 4 valves, and I'll walk down and show you those throughout the loft. And then I'll walk you guys underneath to kind of show you how I did that as well. As far as the electrical boxes, I have 6 of these down the hallways, There's another one right there, and I'll walk you down. And then I also have 4 of them on the outside. So 1, and then there's 2 on this side of the loft, if you will, and then 2 on the other side of the loft. Every room 1 through 9 is identical. Got the doors, they're numbered with the perches up. Here's another hose valve. I got 4 on this side of the loft, and then another 4 on the other side. And here's the double door, so that's the center point of the loft. And I think I mentioned it last time, so I have a lot more perches on hand, but I'm a big believer in controlling what you can control. And, you know, depending on how many birds we get, I want to give the birds as much space as possible. So, you know, if you have a bunch of perches up, they're going to land, you know, wherever they want, but they can only go where the perches are. So what I did was every other stud is a perch, and then on the flip side, you can see on this side of the wall is the other side. So I'm kind of alternating every other to try to prevent the birds from being right next to each other, and then also through the wire being right next to each other. So obviously, if we get the birds, you know, we're going to add all the more perches and have every stud with a perch. But in the meantime, control what you can control, and I don't think it's necessary to put them up. Give them as much space as possible until we have the birds to do so. All right, now we're on the other side of the loft. Again, hose valve or PEX piping here. I got one that ran up on the outside. I'll step outside and show you guys that quick. Let's go look at that. So I got this what I call a mud sink, and I can move this around. This is completely portable, and I can set it in front of every hose valve. So on the outside here, I got this hose valve on the outside. I can either close it off or, you know, fill it up with water. And then when I open it, the water will just go straight through into the expanded metal. Some of this metal I haven't painted yet, but I will do that. That'll probably be the last thing I do is finish up the paint. Let's talk about these trap systems real quick. Excuse me. So how the trap system is going to work is I'm going to cut a hole in the wall. I'll push that through into the hallway. The birds can enter these cutout holes. They'll step onto the antenna pads. You see the benzing antenna pads are obviously still in the box, but I just want to make sure that they fit well in there. And they'll scan in, and let me pull this away so we can kind of see. And then, hold on a second. So there's these doors where I can close them off, make sure nothing gets in the loft. And then if I lift these up, on the inside is the bobs. So the birds, and the whole idea is the birds will come through that cutout, they'll stop at the bobs and just ensure that they get scanned in with the antenna there. And then at nighttime, or when I'm not flying the birds, I'll close these off and put a little latch on there. But honestly, this wood's so dang heavy, and nothing's gonna be able to get in for sure. Let's see what else we got. Same thing over there. So on each side, double doors here, trapping system on each side. Mardi Gras, you gotta appreciate that. Thanks to my wife. So, I've been buying a bunch of supplies, and I got some feed, some grit, my bath pans, more feed, more feed, more feed, more feed, and I have all those boxes are full of perches. So a couple hundred more perches right there, and I have more on the way. So again, I said this is gonna be a long video, so bear with me, y'all. Got a little bit more to go. I'll step back this way. So this was the last, the standard room for the birds, and that's where we start the intake process. And just to clarify any confusion that maybe we would have had before, I had kind of talked about this as the quarantine process. So as the birds come in, I refer to that as the quarantine. But if there's sick birds in the future, they will not come back in here. They will be moved, actually, so I'll just show you across. So that's my home over there, and that is a shop right there, or I have another room in the back side of there with cages like this as well. If the birds are really sick and I need to remove them from the loft, they'll be moved way over there. But this is what I refer to as quarantine for intake. Now, last time I did a video here, I just had these black cages on the first row. I went ahead and purchased a double amount. So I got one row set up, and every single row in here is gonna have a double. So we got 14 on each side. So that's 28 per room. And if my math is correct, I believe that comes to, I wanna say I said 84 before, but I might have to redo that math. But regardless, so my goal here is if you send a box and there's one pigeon in it, you get one crate yourself. If you send a box and there's 3 pigeons in it, you get 1 crate yourself. I'm a big, health fanatic, and I think that's the most important thing with taking in these birds. So I'm gonna strive for as close to perfection as I can get on the health. And as you guys know, just like anything, I'm going to learn a lot, and I have some mentors that are very smart in this sense. And one of my mentors is Ed Minville with Seagulls right there. And the guy he knows his stuff when it comes to health. So leaning on him very heavily when it comes to that. I'll show you this real quick. Now, this is my intake form. So as you guys can see on the top left, I just have the breeder name, the loft name, the date received, the week number. So, if you guys send them the first week of acceptance, that'll be week 1. Cage number. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then starting over here will be 8, I believe it's 7, 9, 10, and so on. Then coming back on this side, there'll be another cage up here. It'll be 15, 16, and so on. But you guys get that. So you guys kind of see what my plan is for the intake as far as, vaccinating them, making sure that I, get rid of any parasites, treat them with a canker pill, and make sure they're wormed before they go into Gen Pop down there. So this will be week 1. Week 2 birds will be the same thing. It'll be double stacked in here as well. Disregard that table full of just working materials, and those shelving systems back there just have some medications on them. And then week 3 will be the same thing. And as these birds pull out, week 4 we'll start over. Primalac, thanks to Primalac, a sponsor and a product that I've been using for many, many years, and I will continue to use. So I think I put on my story, but there's all my vaccines. I have about almost 1,800 doses there. That's PMV Rota. I got a raffle set up. I'm sure you guys have probably seen, and I haven't promoted it too much yet, but I'm going to be raffling off an M3 as well as a antenna pad, but I'll talk more on that in the future. I do have some of my personal birds in some of these crates. So the exact same thing I'm doing with your birds is what I'm doing with my personal birds. So I just weaned a couple of them, put them in the crate system, and I'm going to do the exact same thing over a 2-week course, just to watch them, to monitor them, and make sure everything goes perfect, and see if there's anything I need to change. There's a lot of room in here. There's 3 little youngsters in here. Droppings look great. Little squeakers. Yeah, I'm very happy with those droppings. And let's see here. I got the Wi-Fi installed here, so I can be able to do Facebook Live and update videos like that. The hose. Let's walk around. Geez, we're at almost 15 minutes on this video, but I just want to make sure that you guys can kind of, get a good picture of what's going on over here. I try to be as transparent as possible. Show you everything, the good, the bad. There might be some things that you guys really like, and there might be some things that you don't like. But I want you to have the ability to see them and make informed decisions for where you guys are going to send birds in 2024. Obviously, you know, appreciate all your support, and we've had a lot of support thus far. But yeah, definitely want to be transparent. A lot of mud right here. There will be a bunch of gravel installed over here as well as some grass seed, but I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. But yeah, it's messy. All right, just bear with me. I'm just gonna walk you guys underneath and kind of see what the back side of the loft looks like. Again, all that mesh was installed, so those aviaries are almost 100% complete. Excuse me. So we got the Wi-Fi box installed here, and then another hose valve installed right there. So whenever I'm doing baths and stuff, you know, if I want to do them on the front yard, I can do them, and then obviously up on the landing board as well. So a lot of land out here. There's I got about 5 acres on this side. I think a little bit more than 5 acres over here, and then on my home on that side, I have well, it's about 20 acres total. So I think I have a little bit more than right around 15, 16 over there. So this is what the back of the loft looks like. Quite large, very tall. I can drive my truck underneath this thing. So I have a 2-foot ridge vent up here, and you guys, there's no way you guys are gonna be able to see it, but I did mesh that. So there's no birds that can land on the roof and then get inside. That is completely closed off up there. That was very important to make sure I got that done, and that's done. Still got some cleanup to do over here, as you can see. But just to walk you guys under here quick. That's where the main piping comes through, and that's where I ran the PEX off of. And then just PEX ran all the way down. And you can see where I teed it off here, and that's where it goes to the outside of the aviary. And then other than that, it just keeps running, you know, straight on down. And then I got one more valve down here at the end, because I am going to have chickens under here. And I want to make sure that they'll have a good water source as well. So one more valve right here for the chickens. So this will be completely screened in, same way with that hardware mesh. Chickens underneath, there's going to be a door, a big 10-foot door here where I can open it up. And then the far corner where I walked y'all in, there's going to be another door there. So there'll be 2 access points to get underneath here. This door on the outside is where the chute system is going to be built off. And I don't know if you guys have seen Black Gold. He has an awesome, I'll call it a chute system or a scanning system, where the birds come down the chute and they come into another room or another chute. And I'm going to build something very, very similar to that. And that's I think that's going to be the standard moving forward for definitely my race and a lot of other races. It's quite impressive if you haven't seen it. But check out Yanni Sains with Black Gold if you guys want to see what I'm talking about. But I got the electric meter here, obviously electric box here, and then just same system with the PEX piping. The electric lines run down the same way. So there's the PEX underneath, and there's the electricity underneath. And I figured that'd be real good, you know, underneath these 2x10s to create, you know, prevent the droppings and stuff from getting on top of them. I will install a box or something on top of this to prevent, you know, obviously the droppings coming through, landing right on this. So I'll just put a piece of wood up there or something and then just clean it off every once in a while. Oh, let's see here. This used to be a bunch of trees over in this land right here, but I had them all dozed down and completely cleared up. Beautiful sky. The sun kind of finally came out. It's been a kind of a crummy day. But, yep, hardware mesh here. It's going to be mesh over there. And like I said, guys, I mean, you saw I already have some birds in my intake cages. Those are my personal birds. And I already have all the rooms closed off. So I could technically take birds today and be good. I have all the vaccines, everything ready. But I just got to button up a few more things. Acceptance period is supposed to be February 26th. I do think I'm going to open it up early. I don't want to, you know, say that officially yet, but stand by on that and, you know, stay tuned for more information. trying to think if there's anything else real big, important. I am going to do something else with like a raffle type thing, but I'll post something soon. Just to, kind of give back to everybody that's been supporting of the Louisiana Perch. Just another chance to, win some money, and another chance to, if you're going to send birds, I want to definitely create more opportunities for you guys to win and be successful. So I think that's it. Give me a call if you guys have any questions. I probably showed you a lot today. Like I said, I want to be transparent. So if there's anything that you guys, liked, didn't like, or you have some questions about, what my thought process was on something, give me a buzz. I'm definitely learning from a lot of the guys that have been successful in this sport, and plan on being in this for a very long time. So, yeah, appreciate you guys, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.